if we look at your setup, previously with the driver, you were getting a bit more weight stuck on that left side. I would say there now you are probably more 50-50. If we sort of took a, you can get these plate measuring things on mats and stuff as well, you sort of see where your weight distribution is, okay? If we look on this left-hand one, I'd say you're probably 60-40-ish, maybe 65-35, probably more the 60-40. This one now, you're probably near the 50-50. In time, we can get a little bit more onto this right side, just with the driver. Possibly a slightly wider stance would help that. But for me, it's about getting the ball position where you have it, but going through that sequence we discussed, okay? Always start with the club first. He's got to be aiming correctly. If you're aiming incorrectly with the club, no matter where your feet go, he's going to go in that direction, wherever it may be. Okay, so get the club down first, then get the... I think if we do about the start, there you go. So get the club facing your target. You said you did aim at some sort of point in front of the goal, which is great. Keep doing that, okay? I like the fact that people do this, okay? Get yourself lined up there now. But getting yourself behind them, you can see your shadow now is just sort of on the edge of that ball, whereas this one here now is kind of more, obviously the...
I've been aware of that.
Yeah, and looking at the shadow is going to be here. I mean, obviously if you move the ball back here, your shadow moves back with it because of the light's from a different position, so you've got to make sure the ball's in the same part of the mat, to be fair, otherwise it'll be a bit of a cheap way of doing it. But yeah, just feeling a little bit more on that right side. Now in terms of the swing, top of the batswing, good. As we start coming back through, nice hinge and release of that club. This is the one that went, I think it was the last one, the one before that went fairly straight. Good hinge of the wrist there, okay, and a nice strike of the ball. Now we watch this one here now as we go back. Bit of a sway there, as we said. Hinge in the wrist was good. As you come into that golf ball, look at that. Look at that left arm and the right arm all sort of tucked up and bent here now in comparison to that. So that's a more rotational move. That's more of a swaying move, because your body can only really go one way at one time. It's very hard to sort of sway and rotate without falling over, basically. So if you're swaying side to side, you'll tend not to be able to rotate quite as easily, which means it causes your arms to bend, as we discussed last time. If we're sort of staying in one point and just sort of opening and closing the door, so to speak, your arms and body can rotate around the centre part of your spine, and you get more towards that. When you're swaying this way, your body can't rotate. That means therefore your arms now end up that sort of tucked up bent position, yeah? And then therefore you stay more on this back foot, as we see.
I have that in my head now.
Yeah. You got that visual now, yeah. And that for me is part of the reason why I like to show these videos, obviously then send them on to you guys anyway, to give you the visual of what you're doing. Sometimes people go, oh yeah, I kind of get what maybe you're saying, but I can't visualise or can't see it. At least by seeing it now,
I've got it in my head now.
You'll know kind of what your swing's looking to look like. And for me, I'm always encouraging...
The only thing I noticed was helpful was just to open my left foot a little bit.
Exactly, yes. Yeah.
There's
less stress on the knee.
No way I will ever change that.
No, of course. No,
You've got to cruciate 3 or 4
gotcha.
times.
No, exactly. I said to you last time, I've had injuries and stuff, and I know when I came back from things like tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, tendonitis in the wrist, and hitting the ground was a scary prospect, especially on mats. I was like, thinking, is this going to hurt? And after a few shots, I got into it, but it took me a while to get back in actually and not flinching, because it's human nature to self-preserve, as we said, because if there's going to be pain and your knee's going to do this, but if we can open ourselves as you are doing now, which is great, okay? There's a lot more range of motion now through the swing. So when you're finishing this swing now,
it's much easier to follow through.
Exactly, yeah, your body, and the knee now. Again, as I said to you last week, how was the knee after a game of golf? Was it noticeably different? Or, I mean, not saying it would be, but hopefully over time, if you start playing a bit more, you'll start thinking there's less pressure on that knee. And once you feel, I think, more confident of what that knee can do by being opened up here now, you'll just start maybe just think, okay, I can go here now. Yeah, there's a bit more movement there potentially, and start twisting more. Certainly for me, the fluidity of the golf swing now is looking much improved. A lot softer with the grip. I said the first practice swing I saw you swing the golf club, and then he said there and then, yes to your email, because it's perfect. It's looking really, really good and fluid. So that's definitely improved. And I think you've hit 30 shots best part today. 2 or 3 were ground first. The rest are all pretty clean strikes. A little bit right because the club faced slightly. But again, in terms of the cleanness of strike, we can at least get around the golf course if you hit the ball cleanly. If you're going a bit to left to right, that's your shape of shot. Okay, we'll aim left side of the green. That's fine.
I quite never thought we were going out there.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
I'll probably come home with tears.
I come back, oh, it's terrible. Yeah, okay.
But I hit 100 golf balls yesterday, mainly with 5 and 7.
Okay, yeah.
And I just didn't.
Yeah.
I made it.
How did that feel after 100 golf balls? They weren't put exactly. That for me is the, irrespective of how good you hit the golf ball, if after 100 golf balls he's good, then that's a massive plus for me, because at least it means that, okay, you can practice, you can go and play golf, you can put some, not stress on the knee, but you can use that knee better, And therefore, the more practice you can put in now, and obviously putting in the right moves and eliminating some of this negative movement you had and some of the thoughts you were trying to do maybe they're wrong, if the knee can hold up to that, all the better. I've got some guys who come for lessons, they look, Gareth, I can't hit more than 20 balls at a time. So their practice is literally 20 balls, and that's about it. So they will concentrate for those 20 golf balls, because I did my back sore or whatever it may be. If you can hit 100 golf balls, that is a massive tick, because you can then go out and put some pressure on that knee and practice and implement these movements.
Follow it through much better.
Yeah.
Because I thought it's all right for me to lose, but you don't get the distance. I would get one a good shot.
Yeah.
But by rotating my body, the distance.
What you'll find with gripping it looser, you'll actually, in long term, once you find the right feeling in that grip and the movement, you'll actually get more distance. The looser you grip it, the more speed you can create. What we're trying to do with the club is create speed, not power. Okay, power comes with sort of muscle tension, and again, the rugby background is like gripping it tight and so on, and hitting something hard. Okay, speed is going to come from being loose and fluid. And all these tour players, I mean, even the world long drivers guys, they're gripping it. So if they're gripping it tight, they couldn't swing 150 mile an hour. They just couldn't do it. There has to be some ability from joints and movements to speed through. So in time, when you get the understanding, okay, the looser we can grip it, if you go extremely loose, you get very floppy. Yes, you might get more clubber, so you lose all control. So there's a balance between obviously being stupidly loose, but I've not seen anyone really in all my years of teaching ever grip the club too loose, really. I can't even think of anyone off the top of my head who's ever done that. But 95% of the golfers I teach, they're locked.
I played very few depth shots yesterday.
Which is great, to be fair, which is good. Okay.
All right.
Excellent, good.